Hey everyone, James from Shipmaker Enterprises back here with part 3 of the This or That series. This is a series I'm going to be stepping through over the next several Wednesdays. It's kind of showing the various pieces of my tournament arsenal, explaining how I use them, what's in there, balls that I might consider for that particular slot, and kind of how my mentality might have changed a little bit over the course of this free agency journey of the last 5 months or so. Today is not really a this or that because it's just a this, and the this is Roto Grip's Idle Synergy. This is a ball that came out in late 2020. It's got the E-Trax hybrid reactive cover stock, so it's the same base formula idea as balls like the Idle Pearl, the Nuclear Cell, the Halo Pearl, balls of that caliber. Pretty much all the shiny HP3 and HP4 stuff of the last couple years has had this same base cover formula on it. Then it's got the same icon core as the rest of the Idle series, low RG, high differential, very stable, very controlled, very rolly core. But it's wrapped in this kind of responsive-ish cover stock. And so we're actually looking now at some footage from my original review video from earlier this year. This Synergy was drilled 4 inches by 70, so that's just pinned below my bridge. It was a little too kind of strong and smooth layout-wise. But you can see even here, testing on a long, high-volume challenge pattern, that at Triad Lanes, that it was still a very consistent reaction. And even with that, there's obviously a decent amount of lane friction here, but it was still a very, very solid reaction. And so now we're going to flip over and look at some footage that I got more recently. We're testing on Kegel Chromium up before the first frame again in Henderson, North Carolina. And so this Synergy, this is the layout that I use now, and I've got a few different Synergies, one in North Carolina and one that was in Kansas that had this layout on it. Same pin and middle finger layout as my stuff like my Idle Helios Phase 2, the Pro Motion, the All Road. I use it on a lot of bigger core balls, especially symmetricals. And essentially that layout plus this core plus this cover stock gives me this really, really wonderfully balanced and workable kind of workhorse shiny symmetrical ball that is in play on a ludicrous number of conditions and has a lot of tricks up its sleeve. I can use it to play straighter on shorter sport patterns. So, let's say I throw urethane for a few games and then that goes away, and I need something that's really stable and rolly that'll still kind of bounce off the gutter but not go insane once it sees friction. The Idle Synergy has been really, really good for that. I actually bought a sport tournament series this past spring, and the Synergy was an absolute beast once urethane went away and I had to get into resin and kind of shape it a little bit more. The Synergy was awesome for that. You can see here on a fresh-ish challenge pattern. It looks very good from some different places on the lane here as well. This is shot immediately following the footage that I got for the All Road, the Venom Shock, and the IQ Nano Pearl from This or That Part 2. And it just flat out works. And that's the best thing that I can say about this ball, is it seems to always be in play. And if it's not, then it's going to be extremely clear as to what direction it goes in, or what direction I should be going in reaction-wise to actually start striking. But the odds of this ball not being at least somewhat close are pretty much zero in my experience, or very, very close to it, I should say. It's one of those balls that I always get to at some point over the course of a block, and it looks great. It rolls great. It just got discontinued about a month ago, I think, which is a definite bummer. I've got 2 drilled here in North Carolina. I've got 1 in Kansas, and I've got 3 more blanks here. So, yeah, it's a discontinued ball, and I have 6 of them. So I don't really think I can endorse it much more than that. Obviously, I'm sure that Roto Grip will have something coming that will be a solid Idle Synergy replacement. Schlem has been creating some absolutely incredible stuff recently, stuff like the Hustle Camo, which we'll see in another episode. Balls like the Idle Helios, the Rubicons. I'm sure there'll be some new HP4 stuff coming soon as well, just kind of thinking about a calendar. So I have no doubt that they're going to have a good replacement for it, but for now, in terms of what I trust and what I use, this ball's the only game in town for this kind of workhorse shiny symmetrical slot. So that's the Idle Synergy for you. Definitely have more videos coming down the pipe very soon. Probably going to look at the strong sanded, like strong benchmark type of spot for my next video, which now that I've got some games on my idle Helios, I think it actually fits a little better in this spot, in that spot, than in the bridge ball spot that I kind of pegged it in initially with the power torque. So that kind of strong benchmarky slot is probably going to be a 4-way shootout as I'm thinking about it. So the VIP Affliction, the Axiom Phase 2, and the Idle Helios. So got that coming soon. Also want to look at balls like the Rubicon UC2. The Power Torque needs a look as well, and then the weaker side of my bag too. So definitely let me know in the comments if you have any questions, and I will see y'all out on the lanes. Good luck and good bowling.